And welcome everyone to beautiful Long Beach, California, NISA 2024 season. We're here in Veterans Memorial Stadium for what should be an exciting match. My name is Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama of soccer. Next to me, well, it's Dennis the Fountain Pope. Back again. First match of the season here, Dennis. Well,
Season opener.
Season opener. There was another match on the East Coast, but this one
West
in
Coast,
our
Best
area,
Coast. Yep.
and two really strong teams. We had a team sort of not play this season, and so a lot of their players were transferred everywhere. So both these teams since the last time I saw them, got a lot stronger, don't you think?
Yeah, a lot different, certainly, with their roster build during the offseason for both these teams. Los Angeles Force comes in with almost a complete roster makeover. Ton of new players, ton of new talent, ton of recognizable talent that we've seen before throughout NISA.
You can see over here the LA Force going with four in the back, and they were actually, as far as I remember from the last match, they was playing three in the back, they were playing three up front. Now, in the last U.S. Open Cup match, they were playing just two, but
Yep.
You've got Salazar, Quist, and War up front. Four very, very tough defenders in the back, and Yovel, Pineda, and Cartagena in the midfield. So they're going for, I think, defense and offense at the same time, judging by the last U.S. Open Cup match, which they lost in the sort of dying moments of that match. Very unlucky, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll talk more about that as we
Okay.
get going. But Aiden Bowers and Garrett Hogman, all NISA best 11 players
Yeah.
last year that they've brought in to lock down this defense.
It's like we see these players and they become sort of part of the scenery sometimes. Like, it's Southern California. How many times have I called Hogman's name during another match? How many times have I called Boa's name in previous matches? So it's a good lineup. Player coach. We haven't seen that since the 80s, so it's pretty interesting what happened there. He didn't come on during the U.S. Open Cup match. Do we want to see him come on?
I think it would take desperate measures for Deckel Kynan to make an appearance this season. Garrett Hogman is a big, strong center back and number 4 of the highest caliber in this league. I don't see a reason why, unless he is out of the lineup, right, that Deckel Kynan considers putting on the boots.
And it has to be, if you sort of go back to, and look at old matches from the 80s, when the player manager came on, it was sort of like last minute ditch effort, and the other team usually went ahead and just sort of countered it very well. So it's a bit of an old fashioned thing. But again, it's just part and parcel of the beauty of NISA football at this point, right? I mean, we've got everything to sort of put out there for the viewing audience. One name that we should talk about is the big name, the captain, who is Belizean national, I think capped 19 times. Veteran player. Didn't quite see as much of him as I wanted to see during the U.S. Open Cup. I mean, he should have scored a few goals. Again, we'll talk about that later. What do you think the manager's telling him to do for this opening match?
Michael Salazar wants to make an impression. I think come in immediately and try and be a goal scorer.
Does he have to though? I mean, he is a good. I mean,
a distributor. Right? He can play the 10 as well.
Yeah.
I think a little reserve behind the two
Yeah.
forwards. Salazar, I don't think will be counted on for goals, but I think he will score goals in this league. He's from Moreno Valley. You said he's a Belizean national team member. Of course, his nationality is from Belize, but he grew up out in Moreno Valley, out in the Inland Empire, went to Canyon Springs High School, went to Cal Baptist University and UC Riverside. So I know Michael very well. Actually, first U.S. Open Cup game I ever covered, he was playing for FC Golden State.
Oh.
Right? Actually, against FC Golden
Yeah.
State for a team called PSA Elite, which was an Orange County-based team that had made some noise in the U.S. Open Cup about a decade ago. Anyway, he's been around a long time, played in MLS for a number of different teams, and he brings a lot of quality to this team.
Eastern Dynamo, Montreal, has been around a few different leagues. They're looking for his veteran leadership there up front.
I got a cool tidbit about him that I'll share later.
Okay. Right now we're looking at the players coming to sit underneath the canopy.
Bench setting up there.
We'll see what time the game starts in about 4 minutes for those out there in the worldwide spider web tuning in. Thank you so much. I guess we've got to thank the Goal Media family at this point as well for bringing us on for opening day here in Southern California. Have to mention just how strong the LA Force are. For whatever it's worth, we've seen players jump around from different teams, different leagues, and it is the sort of the cream of the crop when it comes to players that are available. We look at players that have been in the MLS Next program, and they just joined in just a few months, like a month ago, and then we see players like War, who played 5 years in Japan, went to high school in Japan, played in Japan, totally different football culture there, bringing his sort of style of football to Southern California. And then obviously when we look at these players and you see how many NISA teams they played for, it does make for some good conversation, doesn't it, Dennis, to where it's like these players know each other. I mean, at this point, it isn't about really the unknown factors. It's like, oh, I know this player in front of me. I know exactly, because I played next to him last season, and I know exactly what his weakness is, and I'm going to go ahead and exploit that.
That's the beauty of it. We're now in our 5th season of NISA soccer, right?
Wow.
He kind of just chuckled that we're here today for that. And because of that, we see guys like Bowers and Hogman as veterans of this league now, which is a kind of an amazing thing. And, of course, they're in their mid to late 20s. Yeah. But that this league has provided them that professional opportunity here, and I don't think that should be missed in this conversation as well. The opportunity that these players have here to showcase themselves, not just on locally here, right, but via NISA Plus, via FIFA Plus. Yeah. Right?
Well, I mean, I have to mention that, like, Eric Villatoro, who was playing NISA Nation for
FC Golden State Force, yep.
And what about the AS Los Angeles?
That's correct.
My old friends, And so it's an opportunity for not just move around, but move up. And who knows, the sky's the limit. Nice to see. I'm glad you mentioned 5 years. Very nice to see.
It's a great David Bowie song.
Yeah. It is really good to see these players move up and around and just do better, because 20 years ago,
there wasn't this opportunity, right? There was a ton of amateur teams just kind of floating around competing against one another. There's been more organized leagues, obviously. Yeah. But to have a tier that provides a level between amateur and a higher level professional, right, like USL or MLS or a foreign league, I think is a valuable asset to the American soccer community. And it's great to see, and it's great to see the rosters of both these teams handpick players from the amateur ranks as well.
Certainly.
There's a player on Zeta's starting 11 who comes from the SoCal Premier League. So we're going to talk about him, and here's Zeta's roster now.
Mitchell North, who started the U.S. Open Cup last match. We've got Greg Stratton, Egan, and Colwa. Alex Colwa, another name we know very, very well. Strada Cervantes and Alvarado in the midfield. And a name that we know very, very well, Shinya Kodono, who we've mentioned many times, Almeida and Espinoza, and Daniel Gonzalez, who I could have sworn I worked with him when I was doing work with Chivas USA, but I can't. I have that weird syndrome. It's called it's the Stoichkov syndrome, where everyone kind of looks like everyone I've once met. But I think he was a goalkeeper coach at Chivas USA. If I worked, I don't even remember. See, that's the thing. When you've been in the business long enough, you get to see everyone in every aspect. And another good, a good lineup for Zeta. And we saw them last season, and they were very, very good. And they had a fantastic U.S. Open Cup win against
Ventura County, Galaxy 2.
Wow,
right?
that was
They
fantastic.
avenged Zeta 2's loss to Ventura County.
Yeah.
Right? So.
And the men and women serving at home and overseas with the playing of our national anthem.
teams ready to go. It's going to do the sort of the customary fist bumps and handshakes. Saw number 2. Saw number 2, Greg Stratton coming in for Aaron Kieta, who started at the U.S. Open Cup match. Zeta's now, well, compared to the last match, they're going to be playing with 4 players in the back, so focusing on defense. But the 3 forwards, not shabby like we talked about. Almeida, Cardona, and Espinoza, very, very good players in their own right, should be able to score bucket loads of goals, if you ask me. George Almeida, got his college career in San Dominguez Hills. It's such a weird thing to see so many players come out of there but not go through the LA Galaxy system. Like, it's literally next door, isn't it?
You think that the Galaxy would do a better job of having scouted Cal State Dominguez Hills?
Yeah, just going across the street. Not even across the street, like across the way.
Yeah. No.
There's a player that comes to mind that is now on his 15th club with the league, and he literally went to school there. And the one club he didn't play for was the LA Galaxy, and he literally played there during college. Like, it's a weird way, but again, speaking of player development and finding players, Lisa does a great job. Entire league.
The
Lisa
clubs
Nation,
are doing a really good job of scouting locally
yeah.
for their talent on their rosters.
And they're finding these missing players that, like, the top tiers are completely have overlooked, and giving them a career, putting out some really good football, mind you, and hoping that they flourish.
Well, it's right now 100 plus additional professional players in the United States that would not otherwise exist.
It's a good time to be a soccer player. I mean, go back 40 years and it was damn near impossible, right, to do anything. Go back 20 years and it was a lot harder. You had to go either amateur route or pro route.
Teams are huddling up here.
Yeah. Last minute chit chat.
I think Garrett Hogben, even though he's not wearing the captain's armband, is very much the vocal leader of this team. He will get in to players, to teammates. They're not doing the right thing. We saw it with Cal United strikers. We saw it with Michigan Stars.
Yeah.
He's fiery.
If you're naturally a leader, it doesn't matter who's really wearing the armband. You just know that you're going to have something to say, but you're also a leader enough to step back and let the guy with the armband do some of the chatting as well. So I think Hogben's that kind of guy.
So LA Force, new coach, Deco Kainen, new players. Are they the NISA favorites this season? We're about to.
About a few seconds from now. We'll see. Zeta playing in white. And kickoff underway, and we have it. This is the first few seconds. Good movement so far, and it's very fast. Kicks the ball. Lucky gets to his player, and who can get it first? Well, it's a nice kick into the area for the Force. Easily handled. And at this point, it's just a lot of rushing of blood and, calming of hearts. Back to the goalkeeper. He needs to kick it. Yeah, he does. All the way to the midfield and headed back and not quite settled down yet. And there's a foul. Referee saw that one. And that was pretty interesting right there. Cervantes goes down and Colwell with the ball passes it to his teammate to his right. He wants it back. He gets it. Looks to his left. Goes back to his right. Finds an open man. It's on the sides of the pitch. Back and forth. Nice quick movement. Up and down the flanks. Here we go. Waiting for some teammates here. And nicely done, but not quite on the same page.
Tempo is right from Zeta.
Nice loose ball. Zeta now have the ball. We know who that is. Back in. Try not to lose the ball and try not to make a mistake. Goes all the way back to North.
We're in the highlighter orange today.
Tries to get to anyone up front, but who can control the ball right now? It looks like Back line for the LA Force doing very, very well. Toma now. Boots it out, looking for a player. Gets it. Here come the LA Force. Bags of space, but can he get it? He can. He has to control it. Surely he takes the shot! And just, goalkeeper just puts his body out and just, the ball hits him.
Quist got a touch to it. Mitchell North made himself big, though. Was able to knock it down as a point-blank shot.
Early days, yeah, but I really think Quist will probably want that one back.
It's a prime attempt for LA Force early. Great movement up top from their forward, Joel Quist.
And it goes down the middle now. It's one-on-one, and it's just by hook or by crook trying to get the ball. Here we go. Zeta with the ball, going down, looks to his right. Instead, he just chooses to hold on to it. Four-man line in the back, running in near perfect synchronicity. Chooses to go backwards. Here comes Zeta again. But boy, Quist really wants that ball, doesn't he? Here we go.
Some high pressure so far from LA Force.
Definitely LA Force playing high, and they really want that ball. There's three players up front, and they need to get some service. Zeta's asking for a foul. Referee saw something, but I'm not sure who he's pointing to at this point because the foul's on closer to the 30 than the 40, but okay, here we go. And, oh, it was closer to the 40. Well done, ref. Strike one for Simon Allen. There goes my refereeing career, Dennis.
It's early days in the season.
It could be, yeah. Don't think I'm going to get a call from pro quite yet. Back to the goalkeeper. Easily handled. Calm as you like. LA Force now have the ball. Boots it down the middle, looking for anyone. Goes. It's going to be one-on-one. Surely he's going to take the shot. There it is. And just, goalkeeper just uses his leg just to kick it, flick it up, and then falls nicely for him. And again, he's going to want that. LA Force going to want that back.
Mohamedou War here, getting his first look at goal this season. Blasted. Mitchell North just puts out his left foot, a kick save.
War a tiny bit too peaceful for me for that shot. Yeah, you're going to get those puns when you hire me. That's what happens. Here we go. Back to action, folks. Hope you're having a good time. Thank you for tuning in on the Worldwide Spider Web. Simon Allen here, Dennis Pope on the other side. Goal Media family. And Zeta now in a dangerous spot. LA Force just kicks it out. Better safe than sorry.
Could be a throw in, just barely though.
You can just see Hogman just barking orders at everyone at this point. And now here's a quick counter that we know. Just given away. Zeta now trying to control the ball. A little bit of miscommunication, but they get it. Good bounce. Someone's got to maintain control, and we know Cadona's going to try it. Kind of playing on the left-hand side. That's a bit new for me. Do you remember him?
He's a little bit of a left-sided player, but I don't know about if guarding the touchline.
Yeah.
Is his move, right? Or has been his move.
Throw in for Zeta, and let's see if something can happen. It's early days, 6 minutes into it.
Two shots from LA Force so far, a couple of good saves from Mitchell North.
Well, I mean, we can argue whether they were good shots. I mean, they were directly at the...
Good attempts.
Good attempts, yeah.
Good chances.
Yeah, I mean, better than zero, obviously, but here they come. Here's the LA Force. Good passing. You can see Zeta just trying to close down space back to Hogbin. He's going to get back to the player on his right, bags of space, and there's just a giant boot, and it's not going to go anywhere.
A couple of big switching balls, though, so far, trying to get there. There's really speedy forwards involved. Put Salazar in that pocket, right? He played out to the wings. Maybe the wings could play it back into Salazar.
This move right here by Kozlowski, I just don't think that's the wisest thing you can do. I mean, you're trying to get this slow ball to roll away. Just, again, you had plenty of time before that player came over there. Not saying that, some probably, and then we got a player down as well, just because of that.
I think that is Kozlowski, yeah. We'll have a goal kick here coming up.
Nott's going to just check on his teammates. He's all right. Chooses to go very short. Pressure by LA Force. Wow. That looked like it was like pre-match instructions, like don't even let them move, but they're letting them move. Here's some passing, and saw his player intercepted. Here come the LA Force. Going around 2 players. Yeah, they're on the same page now. Can they do something with it? And interesting. No foul called. Zeta with the counter. Ooh. Alvarado wanted the ball, but not that hard. Hernandez doing a good job on the right-hand side, sort of directing traffic away, but chose to pass it into the middle of the park, where now we have a player down. Let's take a look at this. Look. Yeah, wow, yeah, that's definitely going to hurt for boys, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Edson Alvarado was chasing the play, maybe a little frustrated, having lost the ball.
Tolman gets the ball straight in front of him, and there you go, Route 1 football. Who's going to get it? Surely a shot, and oof.
Yeah, Ronaldo Lamelli, first time.
Yeah.
I like the opportunity presenting itself. A little selfish, though, for me.
He had some time, too, didn't he? He could have... He had at least a second to bring it down and do something with it rather than try a volley like that. But, again, early days. I don't think anyone's going to shout at him.
Still a lot of game to play.
Yeah.
That one will be forgotten,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Nice to see the mascots doing their job on the side, throwing the balls in. This week we've had a lot of discussion about mascots not doing their job and being a bit biased, but it's for another time and another place. Here come...
That doesn't happen here at LA Force.
Back to the goalkeeper. He's got a little bit of pressure. Needs to get rid of it. He does. It's back in the middle of the park. Controlled by LA Force. Given away. Zeta now with the ball. Cervantes doing a good job holding it. Finds his player. Quick pass. And that should be a foul. And, Alvarado.
Ref did peep his whistle there.
Easy to spot Alvarado because of his...
the orange boots or the pink boots?
The pink boots today, yeah.
Alvarado, another former Cal United Strikers player, finding a home here with Zeta.
Alvarado just sort of telling his teammate, just, we've done this before, we've practiced this. Here we go, he's got to get it right in a little space, right pocket, right between that big group of guys. And there it is. No. Very well done by LA Force. Headed away, but not out of danger yet. Here comes Alvarado with the ball. Finds a player in space. He's onside, into the box, and headed away. Well done. Bush just hurls his body at it just to do something. And
Bowers was there with the initial header to clear off the defensive line.
It's this move that I liked a lot. Perfectly timed run to avoid the offside trap, and then a nice cross in there. So here come the LA Force. And they're not slowing down. Both these teams really got their foot on the gas. Hernandez doing a good job getting it back to Torman. Torman sees players in space. Nice big boot. Look at that. And goalkeeper way off his line. LA Force holding in the middle of the park. Alvarado wants to do something, but good passing by the LA Force, just keeping it away from anyone with a white shirt. Back again. Got to be at least 7 passes right there. Good movement. Can they find someone? They can. Look at this, and just shoulder to shoulder, knocked off the ball. Colwell did a fine job.
Just physical enough on Salazar.
no foul, and then he does some sort of emotion right there. Not sure what that was. Was that the phantom red card?
Maybe.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah. Not enough contact there to warrant a foul, hardly a card.
I just never liked it. I thought it was like,
Sure.
There's got to be a few players out there that have like a real red card in their pocket somewhere just to do it, so it doesn't look so, you know.
That's pretty premeditated, Simon.
Yeah, well, better than looking like Marcel Marceau, right, out there, like, you know.
Miming.
People have to Google that one later.
He's a famous mime, everybody.
I actually saw Marcel in concert.
Mimes put on concerts?
Yeah, I saw him in concert, but I was at such bad seats I couldn't hear a thing.
Ah.
Okay, here we go, back to action. Here comes that big. Oh, that's certainly a foul, but referees, no, it's not.
Not interested.
No, well.
And another foul in midfield here.
Yeah, and now he's interested, isn't he?
Look
at
something.
this.
He's got a red card in his hand.
No. This does not bode well for. Here we are joking about Marcel Marceau, and on the flip side, we have someone with a real red card. No.
What did he see here?
I don't know, but you know, there's two players clutching like their faces.
Ronaldo Pineda for Force is down. He's number 16, and then midfielder there for Zeta, I believe is Cervantes, 24.
And we got the physio out looking something. Was it like fingers to the eyes or something? Referee is just having a talk with everyone. Well, this is going to change the landscape, definitely, of this match. Let's take a look if we can actually see what happened, because we're having a good time here. Something's a nice little jersey tug. No foul.
Bauer's got away with one there.
Well, and now we're back over here.
Ball comes the other way, and referee was looking at the collision in behind when this happened at midfield.
But the referee was barely turning around to see this. So, I would have a claim that, ref, did you see the whole incident? Not saying that he didn't. I'm just saying, I'd like to know. What a way to start the season with a shot of the referee at this point. Who's having a discussion here? Who's he talking to? He's like, okay, you do what you need, because I think it's going to go that way. And I think he's just waiting, Dennis, for the guy to get up, because you don't want to kick a man while he's down.
Exactly. And protocol as a referee is you wait till the player to get to his feet.
I think if I was a referee, I wouldn't wait. I'd just change the rule. Like, yeah, here you go, get off the field. But again, we just want to know,
what happened there.
What happened there? It was just.
That is Ronaldo Pineda.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Just, for everyone out there on the worldwide spider web, maybe they can sort of tweet it, like, tell us what was going on, because
I'm sure there'll be, from the live view, there may still be a look at it.
Ronaldo Pineda, started off at the Golden State Force back in 2016. We say like back in 2000, like it's like a million years ago.
8 years.
Yeah. Most recently at Chattanooga Red Wolves.
In USL.
Yeah. So he's got some experience there.
He's still got the red card in his hand, the referee does.
It's still trying to talk it out. No. I wonder what Javel said something like, hey man, just pretend that you're really injured so he feels bad for you, but that's not going to happen. Well, that's just, again, he's just, waiting for him to get up. He's not going to get up, all right?
Doesn't look interested in getting up.
No, he's complaining like, hey, someone did something. Mm-hmm. All right. And this will be a bit of, again,
Referee's saying, get up and get out of here.
You want to be, sort of fair and balanced, so to speak, But this does change the game. Here we go, red card. Wow. In the 17th minute, but it should have been
A few minutes earlier.
It just changes the dynamic way too much too early.
We've got 70-plus minutes left, plus the stoppage that will be added.
And if you're a sort of a purist, you go like, oh, okay, it's not really good football, is it? And then if you're a fan of one or the other, well, great, we're going to win. But now again,
when they go to 3 in the back and move Lamelli up.
Well, I think you got to bring one of your forwards back to become a midfield player. I'd bring Salazar back, put him in the middle of the park.
You're asking older forward to do a lot of running.
Yeah, but if you look at the War and Quist, they've been putting a lot of good runs out there.
You have to have that tip of the spear spreading the defense.
Hernandez and Lamelli have been going up and down, so they can come in and they got legs. So we'll see. I'd rather have a brainiac in the middle, sort of just doing that. You will see. I'm pretty sure Hernandez and Lamelli will be going up and moving forward more from defense. But we'll see. Now it completely changes the dynamic and the thought process for both managers. And who knows, we might see a player manager now come on the pitch.
What player would you take off, Simon, to make sure that Declan Kynan has enough space on the field? It has to be Garrett Hogben or Ivan Hernandez.
Yeah.
Right, one of the center backs.
Well, player manager, he wasn't necessarily always a defender, was he?
I think at the bulk of his career he's been a center back, yes, sir.
Oh.
Or a center half, perhaps, but he would be the oldest player on the field by a factor of 10 years, maybe.
Well, listen, I got to tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. There's no old players and there's no young players. Let me tell you my quote. There's no old players, there's no young players. There's just good players and bad players. Simply, How long did Teddy Sheringham play for?
A long time.
Yeah, man. He was a good player. He stayed fit and he played, And then we can look at all the 17-year-old burnouts we've seen in our lives. And we've seen them,
Yeah.
I think I peaked at, yours truly. Back to action, folks, and that red card really threw us for a loop. I hope you had time to go get a sandwich or something. Thank you, everyone, for watching on the worldwide spiderweb. Goal Media, obviously, thank you. Simon Allen here, the Dalai Lama of soccer, next to Dennis, the Fountain Pope, and we're checking out LA Force versus Irvine Zeta. Again, just these tough tackles.
Yeah, Quist went through Cervantes there.
Yeah. So back to action. Zeta with the ball. Just going to give it back and forth. They got the one-man advantage. How they take advantage of that, I just don't know at this point. Got to see who's playing that midfield first to see if there's, something. It's an easier advantage, or if they need to be a bit more brainy about it. Back to the goalkeeper. Again, don't really see that too often when you're a man up. But okay.
You always have an outlet, though.
Yeah,
a man up.
Well, you're definitely making LA Force chase the ball a little bit more. You can see that now. But look, LA Force doing a good job trying to close down. Bags of space for Zeta. Here we go. Good movement. And look, quick foul. Left the referee's calling it. There's a player down. There was a foul on this side of the pitch on Shinya, and then now there's a foul over here as well, or some sort of a player down. So you can see over here, look, he leaves his leg in, boom, right there, and then there's a foul right over there. So
that'd have been George Almeida that's down.
Too chippy for my liking. Everyone's got to calm down a little bit.
It's been a physical start to this match.
Yeah, we've seen matches, haven't we, Dennis, where the team with 10 men end up winning somehow.
Well, how many matches have we called where there's an early red card in a match? It just seems like this happens way too often.
Do you think that's the difference between you know, the levels, like that. Just does that? I mean, it happened in the U.S. Open Cup, didn't it? To one of these teams, they were playing, you know, to Zeta actually. So do you think that's? I don't remember seeing something in the Premier League where it was like 2 minutes into it, someone got a. Do you remember anything like that?
It happens.
I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't know of any specific time. I know that I've seen early red cards in EPL matches.
Have you?
Yeah.
Maybe I've just blocked it out. Back to action, folks. And we want to see what Zeta's going to do with that man advantage. There's bags of space everywhere right now. And just completely whiffed that one.
Shinya took his eyes off of it.
Yeah.
So does Force try to build here, or do you try for a quick strike?
I mean,
and then sit back and defend.
I just wouldn't even, you know, I would give these guys no mercy. I'd try to score 2 or 3 goals between now and the end of the first half, and let these guys for the LA Force just chase for 45 minutes in the second half.
But if you're Force, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, if you're Force, you need. Again, I'm just not quite sure who's playing that midfield, who's playing that general role. Honestly, I think
it looks like it's War that's dropped lower, perhaps, and Salazar, who's up top at the tip of the spear, while War and Quist have.
Yeah. So it does look like War's in that. So he's gonna have to be a very brainy guy, and do whatever he can to get that ball, make that. You know, look at this, not out of danger yet, referee. Assistant referee saw it, and then okay. So again, we'll see what War does, but to me, I'd let these guys just pass the ball. Hey, if you've got an extra man, you want to pass the ball, pass it all the way back to your own goal if you want, which they did at least one time, and just run down the clock, and then hope for a slip up, right? I mean, Zeta wants them to chase.
Can you keep up the high pressure if you're LA Force like they were in the first 10, 15 minutes? Yeah.
We'll see what happens next. But looking at Zeta, they want Force to chase the ball a bit, right? We're not going to chase the ball. Just pass it around. You waste your time. It's still 0-0. Anything can happen. And here comes the LA Force. Look, finds an open player. Just doesn't quite get the good touch on it. Here comes Zeta with the ball back. Now they have extra space. Find the player. Look, surrounded by 3 players. So again, very happy. Get a little bit tougher. And so, I think 2 really good managers, really good, brainy managers saying, okay, they've given the teams, their own teams, like, this is what we'll do if this happens, and they're doing it.
You would think these teams have practiced man advantage situations.
You would hope so. I think the lower down you get in leagues, like, as from the top, you tend to be like, okay, one of our guys is going to be hot-headed. Let's play 10 on.
Can we win 4-3?
Yeah.
You bet we can.
Yeah. I can give you some examples of when I was coaching Elephant and Castle, where I was like, we're gonna get at least 2 reds. We better practice. And lo and behold, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. And look, again, Zeta needs to do a little bit better than that. Again, that was too quick of a pass, in my opinion. Don't you think, Dennis?
Yeah, they're passing into pressure when there's no reason.
And here come. You can hear the manager just talking, just yelling. And here come LA Force. And look, absolutely wonderful.
Bounced up and hit War on the arm.
Yeah, he was looking for that corner, right? But Warner's on the right hand side, so we have to see who's playing that who's playing in the center of the park. Oh,
yeah, yep.
Could have
gone the other way.
Could have been a handball. So back to action, 27th minute, Nisa football. LA Force versus Irvine Zeta. 2 very strong teams. A little bit of rush of blood, and it's 10 players for the Force. They're going to have to cover a lot of ground. Here comes Zeta. There's a pass to the referee, but very well done. Covered. Here comes Zeta. Players to his right and tries to find a little pocket between the last player and that goalkeeper. Just doesn't do it yet. There was a player to his right. Again, we don't want to nitpick, but
Looking for the switch.
Well, how about a player that's not marked?
Yeah, you make the easy pass.
Yeah.
Right?
You just do the easy things well. You know, very sort of basic coaching instruction. Just David Beckham could pass really well. He did the easy things well. And here we are. So I'm sure we're going to get a few tweets about that comment, don't you think? Here comes Zeta. It's one-on-one. Look at that. Just
commitment to defense right now.
just
from
amazing. Yeah, look, there's 4 players on top of the most dangerous player, I think, on the pitch wearing a white shirt. And that's just squandered at this point.
Jonathan Estrada doesn't bother to even take a touch and settle. Just goes for it and swings it wild. Jovel was tracking back to cover.
He literally had 4 players just surrounding him.
Well, forced to know who the danger man is, right?
Yeah. The upside of that one, he did find a player that was in space. So here comes Zeta. A little bit of space. He had about 20 yards in front of him. Chose to go back, smart at this point. Alvarado wants the ball back. He gets it and just quick pass back. He'll take it again. He was looking to his goalkeeper, but gets it all the way. A little bit of space then. Shinya. Wow. Very well done. LA Force chasing slightly, but remaining calm. Alvarado knows exactly who to give it to, and he's pointing to where the next pass should be. Making that run. And there's that switch. Bags of space. Player to his left. Here we go. Down the middle. Oof.
Zeta starting to utilize that extra man.
Yeah, it took him about 5-10 minutes, didn't it? Well, about 5 minutes. Let's be fair. Just going into traffic, and look, there's 5 players around. So there's the MO.
You got to clog the middle.
Yeah. As soon as they get past that 10-yard mark, it becomes like a rugby scrum. Oh, that wasn't. Well, that's better safe than sorry. LA Force now just sort of like, okay, we got this.
Yeah, Mohamed Udwar has dropped into defense. He was the one making that clearance there. He's got the legs to cover the ground.
Yeah. Well, you just kind of see he's got that sort of brain, like maybe he can come back but there's
that clearance was a little bit half-brain.
Yeah. Something's going on in the box.
Foul given. LA Force free kick.
Just give it back to Lamelli. He's got space. Well, no, he doesn't. There you go. Defenders have moved just almost to the middle of the park for LA Force, trying to get something happening here. Maybe these long passes are working, but again, one-man advantage for Zeta. And look, very well done by LA Force.
Force needs to find a way to utilize its speed up top.
Well, I mean, look, I think Hogbin can send his defenders forward a little bit more, but now we have Quist, who's got the ball. He's going to send it to player to his right. Very good so far. Javel was like, come back. Lamelli with the ball to Hogbin. Hogbin needs to send everyone forward. He can definitely man that back really well when there's an attack going on.
Yeah, he and Ivan Hernandez are very capable in the back.
Here we go. Good movement. Can he save it from going out to touch? He can't. Very unlucky. I think that was Javel, right? Yep.
I think Ivan Hernandez this season is going to benefit a lot from playing alongside Garrett Hogman in his development. Hernandez, one of the 2 starters back on this Force team, along with Justin Jovel.
Here comes Zeta, a little bit of space here. He's looking for anyone up front. Sees.
There's that pass out to the right that you wanted the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we'll try that again. Oh.
Quist did a great job of stepping to that one.
There's just I think he took his own foot off on that one. Yeah, I felt that one from up here. Missing here with the ball. He's definitely going to go ahead and there's a very well done. And look at that. 1, 2, well, there was 3 players with white shirts on that. A lot of space. It's in the box. Junior tries to head it. And 2 LA Force players down, essentially defending their area. Let's take a look. There's that. And it was an elbow to one. Junior with an elbow. It was unintentional, obviously.
Yeah. So Zeta's doing a good job playing right to left right now, trying to keep Force off balance.
One thing I want to see Zeta do is actually invite those 3 or 4 black shirts come in. So to hold the ball, have the black shirts come in, and that'll create even more space to find another player or teammate. So rather than quickly rushing and then having, sort of it be more reactionary, sort of be a bit more tricky about it. So we'll see that, I think, probably in the second half, to where they're like, let them come. If you're on the 40-yard mark, let those 3 players come. Then you've got 3 more, 3 more spaces onto the right and to the left to pass that ball. But here comes Zeta right now. And I'm kind of wondering, will they do those through balls, those long balls, or will they just do these sort of short passes to move players around?
Well, the thinking for Zeta has to be, you stick to your game plan.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing changes, even though you have the advantage right now. You try and do the things that you still planned on doing.
Oh, foul. Yeah.
Quist got him that time.
Yeah. That could have been.
This game has remained physical.
Yeah. It's almost like he knew that he had to. Yeah. So he had 3 options. He had to foul him, I think. So this has become a very interesting match if you're a student of football.
The tactics of this one will change.
Yeah.
As it gets later, legs get tired.
Well, now someone that you were gonna sub off in the second half in the 20th minute might be 10. Or we'll see. Alvarado over the ball. Now, does he do some sort of a bullet shot, or is he going to find someone in space closer to the goal?
It's 30 yards from goal.
Is that? Oh, okay.
It's like Estrada on the take, perhaps.
Yep.
Nope, it's Alvarado.
And
through the uprights.
Yeah, he's got a job. Did you see that that soccer player that became a field goal kicker for the new American Football League? That he scored his first ever field goal in his life at the first ever match. Is it a match or a game?
American football's game.
Yeah, first ever game he played for, and he was like, it was my soccer career that did it. I'm like, that's the best soccer story of the weekend.
One of the local high school players, the best.
And here comes a quick shot, and no! It hits you.
Up under the bar.
Yeah.
And over the crossbar, but under the football goalpost.
Out of nowhere, Dennis. Look at this.
Yeah, there's a quick turn there from Zeta on the counter. A blast here from Shinya Kadono. Just got underneath it just a little.
Now, he will rue that. He will say that was a goal that I should have made. He had bags of space, no one marking him. And here comes Zeta now. Let's get back to the action. It's 2-on-1. These 50-50 balls are going to go to the way of Zeta. Here comes another cross. And the LA Force leave it for the goalkeeper. Tom now gets it to his teammate. Here comes Quist. Quist just overkicks it, but
I think Seth Torman's going to have more work to do now.
Yes. He's, I got to say, I was thoroughly impressed with both these teams during U.S. Open Cup. Quality-wise was just, I was like, I think it was just amazing. And it's sort of hard to sort of gauge how they'll do during the season.
There's a lot of new talent for Forrest. It has to find a time to gel.
Plus, we have a brand new team in the West.
Arizona Monsoon, right?
Well,
as well as Zeta. This is Zeta's expansion season. Right?
Well, I'm familiar with Zeta's.
From UPSL, right? Yeah, they've been around a little bit,
a
couple years now. This is their first season as a professional side, right?
And here we go. Wanting the through ball, didn't quite happen. Maintain possession. LA Force need to go ahead and get that back, but see Quist just doing, he's literally two men on the pitch right now. Midfield player and forward. He's going to try to come and defend. It's close to the touchline. Nice little slide tackle in.
Zeta wanted a foul on Quist there because he went to ground. It was soft contact.
Now here comes Zeta.
Three-man front runners.
Yeah, he's got plenty of choices there. Find a player between two black shirts. He can't. LA Force right now closing him down. Player to his right. He gets a foul. I really need to get rid of that ball a lot quicker, if you ask me, because that's the foul. Because
this is a card as well.
Is that for War then?
No, War came late to the scene. This one's for 17.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for Josue Cartagena.
Cartagena just left his leg out a little bit too late. Those tricks don't work with TV around. So now you're playing with
best midfielder is now on a card.
Yeah. Alvarado over the ball. Pretty much everyone in that area right now looking right, that final
far hash marks.
Yeah, that's where they're looking to see if they can place that ball. There it is. It gets there. He's trying to do a cheeky flick in. That's never going to work.
Came in on a line. It was too low of an angle.
Yeah. I mean, it got to where it needed to go. That was the thing, Dennis. But then, you just made your teammate look kind of weird by.
It's about the approach too. You can't get underneath it.
Chested down, and it's going to be a throw in for Zeta. Back to safety. Two men in the back was Zeta. Now we're going to have to move really sort of. There it is.
For the big switch.
Yeah.
Bowers is there to cover.
Movement there. He's going to try to take on Bowers. Oh, it's just in the middle of. It's surely a shot. Ricocheted. Very well defended, and there's a little slip right there, but gets it back into the mix. Here comes Zeta with the ball.
Almeida with the flick, but it's kicked wide.
And they just can't get it on. Here's Shinya with the ball. He's going to get it to his teammate. He might want it back. No, but his teammate can't see him, so back to his right. Zeta now back to Shinya. He's going to try to cross it in there, but there's no one there making that run. A lot of space. Now, look at this. Look, 3 players now on top. 2 on. This is just, again, is get the ball. Very well done. I mean, we see the MO, don't we, Dennis? Yeah. You get to that 10-yard mark, you got to be, they're going to mark that player by hook or by crook, and look back again for sort of a second bite of the cherry when it comes to, there's that cross. Very well headed in, and just a little bit of miscommunications. Okay, frustration.
War's not a midfielder.
Yeah, he's not even. He's out there defending. So yeah, he wants to score goals.
He's trying to do the job defensively.
You can't be mad at him. You can't be mad at him. He should be, like, right now, a fan favorite. He's literally like, okay, what do you want me to do? You want me to go and goal next?
But also 10 yards up the field from where he was. No real business coming that far back with 11 men. This is danger.
Oof, given away. He's going to try to keep it in. Here comes the again.
Smart from Lamelli.
Lamelli was really mad at, but he's gonna look at this footage and go, okay, I'm sorry, that's it's a bit out of line here. You should be over there, Back to action, 43rd minute. Here comes Lamelli. Can he save the ball? No, but someone, is an attack by LA Force. Can they get a couple of passes in there and get it into the box? We'll see. Very well done so far. Just needs to find a man in space. It's right in front of him. There he is. No, bypasses that. Chooses to hold on to the ball. Back to the left-hand side of the pitch. It's one-on-one. Back all the way to defense. He's going to have to do something with it. They're going to close him down. They do. Back to the goalkeeper. On the 20-yard mark, now on the 30. And intercepted by Zeta, and Shinya with the ball. He's going to go. Slides in. Just was a bit haphazard. LA Force now trying to do something with the ball.
Salazar did a good job covering there.
Yeah.
Back into play quickly from Zeta.
We haven't really called Salazar's name, have we? And then,
Not a bunch.
Zeta now with the ball.
Coming up on halftime now.
That bit of movement where try to get that ball on the right side of the pitch for Salazar could be that saving grace for the LA Force. That's something they're going to go ahead and talk about during, and that's just way off, during halftime. It's coming up. It's not going to be question. It's not going to be Ward that's going to score that goal if a goal comes at all. I think it is going to be Salazar. And we saw a bit of that.
Because he'll be playing centrally when the ball comes back into play.
Well, and depending on what side of the pitch, that run that we just saw where he was closed down. I think that's going to be the MO for the second half. Could be wrong. It's been an interesting match. It's been a
bit of a chess match.
Chess match, isn't it? Yeah. Here come the LA Force. Here's what we're looking for. Good movement. Through ball. Salazar and takes the shot.
He had to do it. That was his space and
there was
time.
4 guys going to. Yeah. What there? Look at this. Look.
He would have liked to have gotten a little bit more of his boot underneath that one, a little bit more pace. Yeah, but he was well covered, and there might have been a rebound there for Quist to pick up. There almost was. Force.
People don't like 0-0 matches.
No, sir.
Because they don't sit around and talk like we do.
Force leading in shots though right now 3-1.
Yeah. But some of the most fun matches have been 0-0 for me. And I don't know how to sort of explain. It's like, look what's going on. And I think.
But we like goals.
I mean,
goals are fun.
We definitely. That's why in American football 1 is actually 7, right? Like goals. Just pretend 0 is 12. Do you remember? I don't know. Do you remember the scoring system in the old NASL? People should Google that. Not during halftime because we'll have something to say, but I think it was like if you scored a goal in the first 3 minutes, it was worth like 6 points or something. I don't know. I'm just making stuff
MTV Rock and Jock Soccer.
Yeah, that was it. And here come the LA Force. Let's get serious here for a second. We're having a great time here in Long Beach, California. This is the National Independent Soccer Association, NISA football.
Smart play from Lamelli.
Here come the LA Force, and here it is. Something's going to happen here. And again, have we seen better chances for the LA Force in the past 10 minutes than we have for? Okay.
Space opens up a little bit, right? Provides a little bit more perspective in the attack. Quist doing a lot of the dirty work though, creating opportunities.
And I'm not quite sure who would replace him if there was a substitution. I don't think there's anyone on the roster right now. I think all goal scorers are on the pitch.
He had the opener in the win over Redlands FC in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup. So he has some goal scoring quality.
Here comes Zeta now. LA Force very patient. They're compressing like an accordion.
Great ball in from
when it comes to
Shinya.
defense, and you're right.
Curling ball, terrific. Yeah, there should have been a Zeta player on the end of that.
chance wasted, if you ask me, Dennis. But you can see just how well LA Force are compressing, like one of those things that in the
An
old
accordion?
time. Yeah, well, remember like one of those things where you just like an accordion, but one that gets the fire going.
Oh yeah, the smoker. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
and it just comes and it closes. But here's the look.
Halftime already.
I thought we'd add way more minutes than this, but it's 0-0 at the half. LA Force, Zeta FC, NISA football here, NISA soccer here in the United States, in Long Beach, California. My name is Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama of soccer. Next to me, Dennis the Fountain Pope. And again, LA Force 0, Zeta FC 0. Stay tuned, folks. Don't leave. We've got some things to say during halftime.
We'll be back.
And we are back, folks. Don't let the scoreline fool you. It's 0-0 at halftime. LA Force versus Zeta FC. My name is Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama of soccer. Next to me, Dennis, the Fountain Pope. Why do we call him the Fountain? Because he's the fountain of information. Should we talk about the U.S. Open Cup? These two matches, these two guys, these two players had, two teams had, I should say.
Which team do you want to start with?
Let's talk about Zeta.
Yeah, big 3-0 victory over Ventura County FC, the rebranded LA Galaxy 2 team.
It's LA Galaxy 2.
It is 2. It's Los Dos, right?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of players, kids on the team. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, it just doesn't work for me.
MLS Next Pro at work.
Yeah, but
they got hammered by Zeta.
They did. They absolutely got it handed back to them, and I'd be downright embarrassed if I was part of that team right now.
Shinya Kadono, George Almeida, goal scorers for Zeta in that one. It was pretty much a clinic from Zeta in that matchup.
Let me go ahead, Dennis, and be the Dalai Lama of soccer for a second and go, what a fantastic advertisement for NISA. That this is team that is technically third division, and MLS Next is meant to be technically kind of second division. It's
MLS Next Pro is technically third division sanctioning.
But it's got that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like night and day difference. And it wasn't because the other team didn't want to play. It was good football.
When you think about it, it's really a professional league and a professional team in Zeta versus an amateur team that's sort of masquerading in a pro league.
Yeah.
These are academy kids playing for Los Dos for the most part,
But those are the kids that are going to end up getting signed anyway.
Will they, though?
I mean,
what is Galaxy's history of signing their academy talent?
I would say that we'll get a few emails on that one. Maybe, yeah. I mean, and then we'll talk about the LA Force because it was last minute kind of heroics by Louis Gill.
Yes, a well-known figure in American soccer as well.
I want to tell you that the LA Force should hold their heads up higher. Louis Gill, and we'll talk about this as we watch this. Louis Gill, back when he was in his teens, 442 magazine put him up there as one of the best young players in the world. With all the Brazilians, all the Europeans, he was up there. So to see him in his 30s playing
for a USL 1 side, Spokane
and
Velocity.
doing what he does,
yeah,
what he's done since he was 17, 18 years old, there's nothing to laugh at, nothing to scoff at.
It's spectacular that these players who created names for themselves in a different era almost find themselves still resurrected because of U.S. Open Cup, like Sasha Kleiston.
Oh, my goodness.
Des Moines Menace.
And Des Moines Menace actually lost with him.
That's true. With A.J. De La Garza and Brian Rowe, this last one.
Guys we kind of work with.
LA Galaxy guys, yeah. All three of them, really.
Yeah, I actually call Sasha a Chivas USA guy.
Kleiston, but he also played for Galaxy there at the end of his season. I hear you.
Just to rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, no, he was a Chivas, one of the very first Chivas players.
Yeah. When he switched over, I thought, why are people cheering for him? He's on, but it was, that's just the love that fans have for players. But yeah, and that was another thing so wonderful about the U.S. Open Cup is that you get to see these players. Look at the through ball on this. You get to see these players like really working hard. That trophy means something huge, and it's almost sad that there are some leagues that don't want to be in it. We won't say anything.
Wow, we're starting a whole conversation.
Aren't we, though? But again,
great showing so far from Zeta in the Open Cup.
You're going to segue
right?
into that?
Yeah.
Right? We've got a game going.
Fantastic.
Well, listen, we knew this was going to happen. Zeta now with the ball. They're going to attack. Let's see who has that midfield for LA Force so we can see what happens. And,
I think it'll also be important. We'll see Declan Kinan's first league substitution pattern. Right? We'll see what kind of changes he decides to make.
Oh, that's a good point, Dennis. Yeah. We haven't got any word yet, so we're not seeing anything different. Wait a second. So again, we did, halftime show spilled into the beginning of the second half, but here we go, back to action, folks. I'm hoping you are enjoying this match, regardless of the 0-0 scoreline. You can see that it's not, doesn't pertain to much. It's still end-to-end stuff. It's still good football. Nice boot out into the midfield. A little bit of a high boot there, but again, first half a little bit, excuse me, the beginning of the second half, much like the beginning of the first half, except there's one less player on the pitch. And it doesn't look like there's one less player on the pitch.
Not yet.
Yeah, look at this. So now, good movement. Now,
Shinya with the shoulder in the back there.
That was the shoulder. It's so nice to see these players after doing this, like you mentioned, for 5 years. It almost becomes like they're, part of the your own history of football. Like, oh yeah, I know this guy, and good to see them play. So it's almost a familiarity. Like, oh, there it is.
Gotta love that about Nisa becoming a staple of American soccer.
And again, I hate to bring this up, but the further they go in U.S. Open Cup, the better, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Jovo getting called for the foul here.
And watch out, referee does give out cards, so here we go. You can see it right over here, and just came in a bit too late.
Yeah, a little late there.
And Shinya's like, why? No, that's... Here we go.
I think the referee's done a good job tonight with foul recognition.
Ogben gives it to his right. A little bit of space here, uncharacteristic space. Zeta willing to soak it up, and I think... Do you know how it happened that, the front office came to a veteran player and said, well, you can be player manager? Do you have any word on that, Dennis?
Deckel earned his top U.S. professional coaching license, right, last season. So he made his interest known to the ownership that he would like a chance to be the head coach. The coaching situation last year was rather fluid.
Yeah.
Matt Morse came in to right the ship and organize the team. Obviously got them to the playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So a successful season there, but he wasn't going to at any point be the long-term choice. And so Deckel had the respect of the players, right? And he stepped in and did some coaching while he was injured last season at the request of Matt Morse, actually. Matt said,
he knew he was on his way out. He wanted, Here comes a through ball. Shinya tries to get it, doesn't quite maintain his balance. Could have been dangerous. I'm sorry, Dennis.
And Morse tells ownership, hey, we need his presence on the touchline, even though he's injured. The guys listen to him.
Yeah.
And so, push came to shove at the end of the season. Matt Morse was no longer going to be the head coach. Who was going to be the head coach? Well, Deckel Kynan will be the head coach.
And if there's a
and he's done a great job recruiting players in the offseason.
Well, absolutely. That's an absolute given right there. He's got some really good players that want to play for him. And when you promote from within, and within is a success, you usually promote success. So here we go. Offside.
Quist was just leaning off.
Just a teeny bit. He's not happy about it, but that's the kind of, I think that's what we're going to see, Dennis, a little bit more.
You have to press that line
balls.
if you're LA Force.
Yeah.
You have to make that AR work.
A bit of back and forth right now. Here comes Zeta. Good movement down the sides. It's one-on-one. Gets back to his left. So far, so good. Shinya with the ball. He's going to get pressed right about now. Just runs out of space. Gets it back.
A couple of former teammates, Bowers and Shinya Kudono there.
We talked about how its familiarity will definitely be something to look out for.
Hogman with a clearance straight to Cervantes.
And here's a little bit of movement right now. It's into the box. And there's a shot. And could be another NFL style.
This is a decent look. Had good pace on it for a left-footed shot.
But we saw this at the beginning of the first half too, a lot of back and forth. So again, let's give it a couple of minutes. Let's see what happens. Both these managers are now saying, okay, well, here's what I want you to do. I can't see a clear difference in the second half.
Not yet in tactics.
No.
Between the two teams, no.
I like the end of the first half better for Zeta, so something has changed.
They're still going to try and work that man advantage, I think. They weren't very impressive with it in the first half.
No, no.
They had 20 minutes with an advantage almost and didn't do a whole lot with it.
Some good passing, but just final third is a little bit suspect. Here comes Stratton with the ball. He's going to get absolutely pickpocketed away. Here come LA Force. Certainly something's going to happen. They're going to have to be a little bit more quick. There you go. He's going to have to get towards that ball. So far, so good.
Quist by himself out there, though.
It's one-on-one now. He's going to have to get past two players, and he kind of leaned into the defender at this point. Gave him a little bit of a look at the ball. Now Shinya has the ball. A little bit of a shirt tuck. Not going to deter him at this point. Strada gets it to his teammate the further side of the pitch. Bags of space.
Contreras.
There he is again. And now we'll see if there's any kind of ball getting crossed into the box, but it just almost runs into a blind alley, so to speak. Well, where was he going? Here comes Zeta. Shinya with the ball, a little bit of space. It's one-on-one. That's a tough one, and that wasn't going to get.
Bowers did a good job of getting the foot on that to deflect it.
Yeah.
But out for a goal kick now.
It's almost like Bowers right here knew. There you go.
Yeah, he knows. He knows a little bit about Shinya.
He faked to the left and went to the right. That's a practice session from a year ago.
Yep. Training ground memories.
Yeah. It's that's just
a little bit of a howler there on the distribution.
There goes his man of the match. I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry. Can't do that.
Let's see if it leads to anything here.
Look how compact LA Force is. You've got to give them credit. They're doing what the manager's telling them to do. Staying tight. Close down the player with the ball. Go back to your space. All right. They'll wait for you.
Well, they can't beat you from the outside, right? So
no. Look,
stay compact and connected in the middle.
You see, look, he's going to close it down right over here and then go back to his spot. Close down. Here we go. Simple football. Stratton with the ball. He needs to find Shinya. He can't. He goes down the middle, and there it is, and just trying to thread the needle there, but that's not going to work. Not with that compact defense right now. It doesn't even look like LA Force are one man down at this point.
I'd agree with that.
Kudos. Well, I got to remain sort of neutral. Kudos to both of these teams for doing very, very well, but I'll give them a little nudge to the LA Force for just staying compact. Here we go.
It's good organization so far from Force defensively.
And look, instructions given.
Did we have a change at halftime? Is that Villatoro out there?
Yeah, looks like number
right
2.
Back? Yeah. I don't think we caught that or received that change at halftime.
Villatoro started that match, U.S. Open Cup match.
Yep.
He was not starting this particular match. It's from Honduras.
Yeah, come in from Lamelli?
Yeah, talked about.
Was that the switch?
No, I think Lamelli's on. I think he came in for Hernandez, right? We'll see. Eric Villatoro. Here we go. Good movement. Look at that, just going across the pitch. Eric Villatoro playing, his last team played in my hometown. Good movement. Very good. Just couldn't get past those two players. But again, a lot of traffic in the midfield. Very good passing. Here we go. LA Force now. Again, I'm thoroughly impressed. Let's see if they can stay on the same page.
No, Lamelli's still on the field there.
Still on.
Maybe it was Cartagena who's subbed out.
Yeah, from the mid. Oh, foul. And he knew it.
18.
Victor Blanco.
I think we had 2 switches now.
2 switches we didn't know about.
Yep. Yeah, Victor Blanco's now on the field.
Venezuelan who came in from Club de Leon just last month.
Yeah, so it's Cartagena who's off. We're also seeing Dante Brigida, number 12, on the field. So several changes.
Yep. And it's a good shot, but just not on target.
Joe Volta-Villatoro.
There he is, good. Long shot into, a long pass into
That's
space.
Blanco out there. Salazar. And it's Brigada top left. So Mohamedou War and Joel Quist are out.
In the box, something's going to happen. There's a shot on goal, ricocheted off a defender. Zeta now with the ball. Let's go. That's it. And not quite there. Finishing in the final third. Both these teams, again, not suspect, but could be better.
Almeida sets up a decent opportunity, but shot goes into the wall, basically. Again, Force keeping it compact in front of goal. Not letting much of anything through, really.
New blood on the field didn't make this the first minutes of the second half that. I'm not seeing the impact quite yet, but again.
Shinny in a wrestling match with Aiden Bowers.
Yeah. Aiden Bowers played in Denmark for about a couple of years, right?
Yeah, he tried it at FC Helsinger.
Yeah.
He said it was very cold.
Yeah, well, I bet. But then he hasn't sat over here where we're sitting right now. So, yeah. I remember Aiden Bowers when he was at Temecula FC when I was down in SoCal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bowers is from Murrieta, went to Vista Murrieta High School. Was their leading goal scorer his senior year. Played at San Francisco State. Was an all-CCAA selection his senior year.
Dennis, you'll know this. Who's the most storied player to have played in NISA so far? Like, one who's played, let's say, for the national team and top league, and maybe I've stumped the fountain.
There are some very, very good players who have played in this league, and there have been players who've played for their national teams, like Deco Kynan, like Michael Salazar.
Yeah.
The best player to ever play in this league.
So far, it's only been 5.
Are we still looking at teams that are no longer in this league?
Yeah.
Are we including those teams?
Yeah. I'm going with someone from the Philly area. Oh, no, I've stumped the fountain. Or maybe I've stumped myself. No? All right.
Maxi Rodriguez for Detroit City comes to mind.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the best players ever to perhaps grace this league. Early on for LA Force, Chandler Hoffman.
Yes.
Played in this league. He didn't score but a couple of goals, but he's one of the all-time goal-scoring Americans. In professional soccer.
That's maybe what I was thinking about.
The list is long at this point.
Yeah.
We're 5 years in. There's been quite a number of names that have played in this league. The king, Frank Tayu, played for LA Force and got a goal last season even.
Yeah.
Guys are starting to make a name for themselves in this league too. So
that's the beauty of it, I think. I think it's the mixture is there. So I thought I'd ask while you were here. Fountain of information. And
certainly Marcus Naglestad, right, for Chattanooga FC. The league's all-time leading goal scorer. I got Chattanooga FC fans upset at me this week
because
they got lumped in with MLS Next Pro's failures in U.S. Open Cup.
Oh,
right, because they're an MLS Next Pro team now.
Oh, yeah.
And so Sebastian Salazar of ESPN had a rant on his Football Americas program And
Is he a pundit?
he is a pundit,
Oh, okay.
correct. And CFC fans took umbrage to his criticism,
Oh,
saying, what's the point of having MLS Next Pro teams in Open Cup if they're going to perform so badly, right?
Yeah.
8 of the 11
yeah.
MLS Next Pro teams are out of the tournament now. So his point was well taken, and I, on my personal feed, and a foul there against LA Force. On my personal feed, I wrote that, I think it was kind of funny, that CFC fans are so upset and grumpy about, having to take their lumps.
Yeah.
And I said, "You've made your bed, right?" And that tweaked a few fans of the Chattanooga team.
I don't know why any team from any league wouldn't want to be in U.S. Open Cup play unless you were scared of losing.
I'm not criticizing Chattanooga by any means or their fans.
Oh, let's get some tweets.
Marking about the humor of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one that criticized the club, certainly. That was Sebastian Salazar. And a shot there from LA Force. Salazar, speaking of Salazar, his first actual attempt on goal here. I was just piling on.
Yeah. I mean,
which is fun to do sometimes.
I will tell you, as a Brit, I think
the
U.S. Open Cup to me is just as romantic as the FA Cup, and just as, and then I don't know what match I was watching, but the device that puts the writing on the bottom of the screen.
The little lower third.
It was picking up the crowd conversation. So you would hear some crowd noise, but
you're talking about the closed captioning.
The closed captioning.
Okay.
The closed captioning was picking up conversation in the crowd. I went, this is it. This is
the magic.
Yeah, this is the magic. I'm literally in that crowd right now, and they were talking about how someone's sister was a better soccer player or something, and I just went, it doesn't get any better than this.
That's America.
Yeah, no, that's everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to get a nice through ball in there, but it's just not going to work. Let's go back to the action, folks. Simon Allen here, the Dalai Lama of soccer. We've got Dennis Pope to my right. It's still 0-0. We're trying to make the best of it. LA Force versus Zeta FC out of Irvine. A few substitutions, and
LA Force still playing with just 10 men.
10 men.
Since the 17th minute?
And I don't want to put an opinion in there right now because we've been talking a lot of opinions, but they were playing better in the final moments of the second half than they are playing now. So I'm not quite sure what was said. It could be that the tank is a bit low, but
they did have an Open Cup match at midweek.
But there are players that didn't play there, or at least but here come the LA Force, nice little volley into the area. Someone's going to have to do something with that. It's 2-on-1 usually. When you see a black shirt, usually there's two players with white shirts marking him. So here we go, space. There's a cross. It ricochets off Zeta FC. They're going to try to do something with it. Back pass. Zeta's asking the players to come forward here, which is not what you want to do when you're a man up, but here we go. There's the space they're looking for. 20 yards, now 30.
There should always be an outlet when you're up a man.
Absolutely right, Dennis. Absolutely right. There's that cross. It's switching sides. He's got a player on him. The player's going to be very, very confident, very patient. Nice little cheeky pass back to his teammate. Strand with the ball. Here we go. Here's the space. Surely a shot on goal. No. Gets it by and just not good decision making in the final third. Should have taken the first shot.
Trying to play it onto his right foot. Yeah, he tried to switch up the defender.
For his troubles, though.
Yeah, it was blocked. Yeah, no longer had that space available to him that he had the first time. Right, but I think he confident on the right foot, not so confident on the left foot.
Alvarado's going to go and take the corner kick. There's going to be plenty of bodies in the box. Has to get there.
Almeida, 19, is dangerous. The man who just had a shot blocked on free kicks. Big, tall Brazilian. He's 6'4".
Handball? No. Sorry, Dennis, sorry.
Ball came up. I think it ricocheted.
Yeah.
Players didn't know much about it.
Back into the box, certainly something's going to happen. Easy shot and goal, and yes! There it is!
Stratton.
Greg Stratton, all the way from defense.
Wide open at the back post. Had time to take a touch and pick his spot. We'll see it again here on the replay, but
Stratton,
Zeta with a 1-0 lead.
Stratton getting his start over Aaron Cater from the U.S. Open Cup, and there's the cross. It just lands perfectly, and you know what? Kudos. That shot, it's 1-0.
Zeta's,
he should be happy about it.
Zeta's been trying to fix that big cross, to try and create that opening, and they found one on the back post. And Stratton all by himself.
Yeah,
he had
no more
yards, 2 yards, 3 yards all by himself. Again, able to pick his head up and just pick his spot. And Tormund angry at his defense, but down a man, there's only so much ground that they can cover.
There just wasn't enough defenders looking over their shoulder, seeing there was a man open, to be honest with you. And there you go. It's 1-0. Let me rephrase that. It's 0-1 here in Long Beach, home of the LA Force. Zeta are up. You got a goal, and now it's not necessarily a mountain to climb, but
they got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly agree. And there's a foul right there. And we don't want to see that.
There's Bowers, who may have been culpable on the goal as the left back.
And you don't want to give. You got a one-man advantage. Zeta don't want to do something sloppy and get to 10-10 because it's.
Or give up opportunities for LA Force to score in the attacking third.
Lamelli over the ball. He's going to try to find that pocket of space. A lot of shuffling right straight ahead of that box. Someone's going to have to move forward and just get into that.
Bowers has been good over his career, getting his head onto free kicks. This one in behind, though.
Yeah, just not good enough at this point. Still in play, though.
Is Bowers on? No.
He didn't touch it, ref.
He was activated, though. He was involved.
Other than that red card, which, again, we didn't really see, right, so we can't comment on. Ref's done admirable job.
Like I said, I think he's done a fair job with foul recognition in this game. Again, we'd like to see a replay of what happened there at midfield. It looked to us like incidental contact, but he clearly saw something different.
We've got about 20 minutes left, so I just wouldn't be leaving your seat right now if you're out there in the worldwide spider web. It is 0-1. It is, for whatever it's worth, a lopsided game when it comes to just personnel on the pitch. But both these teams, quality players. And Lamelli just holding on to dear life, just saying, sorry, you're not going to get past me.
He's looking for a hug.
It's like.
Now he's delaying the restart here if he's not careful.
And here we go. And I think this is going to be a better cross than what we saw on the other side of the pitch.
That's Alvarado looking to take a left-footed look at this one. Into the penalty spot. Dangerous.
There it is! Just out of nowhere.
Beautiful ball on the free kick. Yeah, right into the mixer.
And the crowd didn't even know it went in. It was amazing. And just look at the arc on that. And just the way. Boom. Look at that.
Well done. Just a little flick of the head. It's training ground practice, right? Doing that over and over and over again until you get it right.
And I'll ask, who was marking this big player?
It's Alex Colwell with the goal. 2 defender goals tonight from Zeta.
Yeah.
2 goals from defenders, I should say. And looks like we're going to see a substitution for Zeta with George Almeida coming off. And Contreras, or Cervantes, I should say.
Back to action, folks. And now it does feel like it's a bit of a mountain to climb for LA Force. Not their fault. They're a man down. Zeta is finding those pockets where they're not being marked. Here comes more action. Down the middle of the park, he sees the player to his right, intercepted, but taken back. Here we go. Oh, just couldn't, and that's a foul, and he's just mad. Just mad. And I would be too. Looks like Zeta's looking for a third goal, Dennis, and playing just as tough.
Player stumbled into the defender here. That's, yeah, Klashevsky. Lost, didn't have control of his body, I'll say, there as he made a collision, so not a foul.
It's a youngish player, you know. Give him the benefit of the doubt there. Bit of rush of blood to the head, and it's going to go in there. Now, here's the third part of the match, Dennis. What does, you know, a coach do when they're 2 goals up, a man up?
Well, if you're forced, you have to find a way to try and get one in the back of the net and apply some pressure here in the final minutes. Otherwise, this game might as well be over.
Yeah, I think those substitutions need to step up a little bit.
Yeah, for what they're worth, and they've come in to start the second half. We haven't called their names. We haven't heard from Daniel Brigada or Victor Blanco, right? We called them out early when they made the subs, but other than that, that was the only reference to them. They have to make more of an impact here, especially Victor Blanco, who does have some pedigree.
And here comes Zeta on the march again. It's one-on-one, a little bit of space here. He's going to give it back to him. Fantastic so far. Alvarado wants that ball. He's keeping that ball. He wants to keep it to himself, but again, goal scorer has the ball, gives it back to his goalkeeper. There he is. Back to Alvarado. Yeah, there he is. He's going to get past his very tired mark. A little bit of space here. Would have gone down the middle, but again, Shinyo with the ball. It's going to be a cross here, but who's going to get to? Surely a shot. It's actually a cross. Whoa, well, that would have been nice. We were expecting it, weren't we?
Certainly walloped.
Expecting a bicycle kick, but
we had it right here on the broadcast.
Yeah.
Alex Colwell finding the flick header.
Colwell and Stratton. Sounds like a law firm, maybe?
Somebody that makes handheld drills.
We're going to do something. Well, they're the center backs, so we're going to do something like, you know, they. Well, we'll give them a name, so they'll have a, you know.
Colwell and Stratton, the hardest working men in Irvine.
Yeah. All right.
Simon didn't like that.
Nah. You want to do something memorable for the players, so they can have something down the road to go, oh, yeah, that crazy play-by-play guy said this, and it was funny. And well, I know Zeta's having fun, but LA Force not so much. Here they come on the attack. It's going to get caught.
Yeah.
Alvarado just sort of put a hand on him, and then it just sort of was given away. All the way back to the goalkeeper, who's going to get a little bit of a challenge. Here comes Stratton, the goal scorer, down the middle, Alvarado. He has the ball, gets it backwards. What's he doing? I don't know. I don't think he's on the same page because they want to go forward. Here comes Zeta with a little bit of space here. LA Force not challenging. Alvarado has the ball. Back again. It's one-on-one. They're not going to challenge. They're going to wait to see he comes out. So far, Zeta have control of the ball. Bags of space. Back again. I wouldn't say that's patience by LA Force, but certainly they are patient.
Another substitution for Force, by the way. Michael Salazar has left the game. Entering the game is Jose Salvador Montes de Oca Gonzalez, better known as Chile, number 19. He scored a goal also against Redlands FC in their U.S. Open Cup match, the game winner.
What's he better known as?
Chile.
Oh, that's my old nickname. Nothing to do with soccer, by the way.
I thought it was Chile,
like yeah, like the big
the
balls.
penguin.
Yeah, put it on your hot dog.
I thought that was your nickname, hot dog.
Hot dog. Well, on the pitch, maybe. Yeah. No, my nickname was actually the Governor, which was not really the best nickname to have because I was awful.
The guys at Protagonist are going to love that.
Yeah.
The Governor.
I pretended to be a leader, but here we go. Here's Zeta now. A little bit of space. He's looking to his right. Wanted to had a thought for a second. Here comes Shinya. He's going to go to his right. Just wanted to set himself up, and look at that. Look who's doing the defensive job of two.
Bowers knows the business with Shinya Kodono. Knows he's going to try and get him to go one way with the feint and the deke and try and play him off, and Bowers knows better. He says, "I've seen it."
Yeah. I did it in practice. I'll do it again here. It's just going to get very frustrating for LA Force right now. If there isn't a glimmer of hope, a shot on target or something, and then we'll see sort of
Irvine start to apply the number advantage. Yeah.
Just get that squeeze going a little bit and favorable bounce. There you go. Something's going to happen here. And very well read by the goalkeeper. But look at this!
A golazo!
Amazing! Take all the credit. Look at this. And back to business. He knows he's got more work to do, but that was amazing.
Brian Ortega, hello. Put your name on the score sheet. Pressure creates diamonds. Brian Ortega with a blast from outside the area. Beats Mitch North, and he doesn't do anything but shake his head in disgust. Early contender for goal of the year.
On the first day, yeah, maybe, yeah. I would say so.
And the pressure is being applied now. Just like I said, Force had to try and find a way to get a goal to make something of this last 10 minutes. They're still in this one. So 2-1 Zeta.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff. And if I defy you to find a better goal this week out there anywhere than that. That was just quick thinking, pure skill. That was
knowing that the keeper was out and that you had a little bit of time and space on the ball.
That was muscle memory. That was soccer memory.
Oh, the volley. The volley's so sweet.
And we've seen volleys in this match that were kind of cheesy.
Yep.
And then you sort of go, well, there you go.
You
I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah.
And, now Irvine has to bring in a defender at this point.
Yeah,
There's no reason to,
not quite park the bus, but you got to play more of a defensive shape here.
Shinya wants to score a goal, right? But that's just probably not going to happen. He's not going to like it, but.
Arturo into the game.
Would you say if you had a choice that even though it's 2-1 or it's 1-2 right now, that would be the man of the match? That goal would be not just a goal, but that would be because it was just so beautiful. That's what you want to promote and put out there into the universe.
It was a great goal.
Yeah.
But how do you pick a man of the match from a team that did not win?
Oh, but you're talking to the Dalai Lama of soccer.
I
Winning
know.
and losing is a finite thing.
But goals live forever. I hear what you're saying.
Those are the ones that you're going to be etched in your memory.
It was magisterial. I'll give it that. Yeah.
Playbook from the East Coast. Now, well done. Magisterial. I'm going to have to write that one down. You can't be stealing my lines like that.
That's Ray Hudson.
I know. That's like that East Coast. East Coast punditry.
Yeah. Love some Ray Hudson.
Oh, forget about it. He's it. Look, we'll see it again.
This is the foul.
Oh, it's the foul.
Yeah. But he had him in a headlock.
Yeah. And we can see this. We can talk for it. I've had a tremendous time today. That's because, we were sort of saying it was a great match when it's 0-0. It's a chess match. And then now this.
Tons of goals in the second half, yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of NISA. It's just like you come out, you watch a match, chit-chat with your friends while you're watching. And it's some amazing football.
The crowd went wild for that goal.
I think they didn't even see it. I think they just saw
They felt it.
Yeah. They just saw the movement like it was like an anime, that it went through. Here come Zeta. Okay. They're going to leave themselves open right now. And look, here we go.
Referee liked that one.
Yeah. Quick counter, but again, absolutely closed down by 3 players in white. 4. Back to the center back. And again, look at this. Boyle with the ball. He's going to have 1 player on top of him. He's going to release that ball. And not quite fast enough, but he wants it back. It's one-on-one. No. Strand goes down and gets a good talking to.
Justin Jovel.
Yeah.
Got their feet tangled here. Stratton also.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he can be cocky. He's got a goal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? I mean, some defenders, they rarely score goals. This is one he's going to remember, I don't know about.
Fancies himself the hero.
Well, certainly.
Right now it's Colwell with the match winner. What would be the match winner? And that was a heck of a goal too.
Yeah, no, right? I mean we've seen a lot today, and I'm glad this was the opening match. To be honest with you, on the west side of Nisa, but here come LA Force. Look at that! Just a quick pass into space. It's one-on-one. Certainly something going to happen. He wants it to. He's going to will it to happen. Crossing into sort of a Hail Mary into the box. Not out of danger yet for Zeta. And here we go. Oh, referee's not going to say anything at that.
Both players were looking up at the ball.
Yeah. Alvaro now with the ball. Slide tackle not quite happening. Another one not happening. Can he go all the way? He doesn't.
Alvarado
he goes to his right.
Breaking to the midfield, though.
He's going to take the shot. Come on. You're going to have to pull the trigger one day. Let's go. No, absolutely not.
Being stalked by Garrett Hogman.
Yeah, just he's gonna mug him at this point. It's just not going to work. He needs to score a goal. He says he needs to pull the trigger. So here we go.
But he's being picked on by his former teammates.
I know. As you should. Here we go. He's back on the ball. One of my favorite players in the league right now has the ball. Back to his teammate, the goal scorer. He's not going to do anything with it but other than passing it to the middle of the park. Now.
Zeta's got to be happy to possess right here.
They're going to play keep away right now. Absolutely. They should be playing keep away right now. But look, again, once you go in, ball was almost poached. Alvaro with the ball into, you guessed it, Chinyet now. Yeah, they want him to score a goal. It's evident.
Trying to get him on the ball.
Yeah. He's going to have to essentially do something with it when he gets it. About 4.5 minutes left plus stoppage time. I think the first half didn't have it quite enough added minutes, but that's fine. And here we go. Look at that. Slide tackle and then trying to recover. It's a free kick and 6 of 1 and half a dozen of the other.
The Zeta player won the ball,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then lost the ball.
Yeah. It was two players slide tackling, and one of them got a slight. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And here we go. Can this be the final nail in the coffin? Can this ball do something? Can it get to Shinya? And can he score a goal, making it 3-1?
A Zeta goal here would be the nail in the coffin.
We'd be packing up right now. Yeah. Even though I want this game to continue for another,
Yeah, we're here for all night.
Yeah. I'd like another 45 minutes, but here we go. And just
right into Tormund's hands.
Yeah.
It's on frame though, so.
We were talking about anime a minute ago. See what happens, huh? I have to say I'm really happy to have called this match, Dennis, because I think there's just been a little bit of everything. But I can go and say, well, yeah, I've seen good defending. I've seen, defending.
A cracking goal.
Just an amazing goal. Good saves. forwards that are trying very, very hard, but defenders just absolutely making their life heck in the final third. But here we go. This is the last effort for Zeta. He's going to be surrounded and he's going to be muscled off the ball. It's a throw in for Zeta. A little bit of argument there. About 2 minutes to go, plus whatever added time the referee wants, and it's not going to be much, I don't think. Lamelli. Sorry.
Goal scorers just passing the ball around.
Yeah. Do you think he's got a taste for it now? He wants to move forward a little bit.
Like, coach, I can play the wing.
Just in a pinch.
If you need me, you know I can score goals, right?
Yeah. Oh, just imagine the email you're going to get in the morning on Monday. Like, oh, no. Got a right back who wants to be forward.
Coach, you're not going to leave me out, are you?
Well,
with a clip of his goal.
Yeah. That's it.
Can't leave me out now.
But it's been good. It's really been. I think this is as what I would expect for just a fun match for the neutral, first match of the season. LA Force are going to learn a lot from this match, and that was some harsh tackling, but I love it. Here we go. Tries to get past two players, just doesn't do it. But I think, again, this isn't the best these two teams are going to play. This is only the first match. It's only onwards and upwards at this point, and look at that.
Yeah, just a handful of games between the two of them so far competitively this year. And these teams will match up against each other 4 more times this season, I think.
That's the way it's set up this year, which is, I think it's a good thing for clubs not to be traveling also.
We seem to be in agreement there that the new divisional sort of setup now with the East and West is going to benefit the league moving forward.
And it's going to make for a better final, too, because it'll be like almost playing an unknown team. At one point, there won't be that sort of...
Sure. Familiarity, right, with the opponent. We're going to see a different NISA Independent Cup this summer, too, with a different format. That'll be exciting.
A lot of teams there.
A lot. As many as potentially we saw last year.
Yep.
Really good look at the goal there from Zeta. But more involvement from the NISA pro teams from the start of the tournament this year.
Oh, very good, yeah.
Right? So instead of a group of amateur teams playing against each other for the right to play a pro team, the pro teams are going to be involved from the very first start.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's how it should be done, Because then we'll see if a pro team really is just how good they are, And here come LA Force. Can they just...
Colwell all over Chile, dragging them down.
Save the match just in the dying moments. All right, folks. Here comes Zeta. We know this player wants a goal. Right now he's playing provider. Player to his left. Around the 30-yard mark. Back again.
So much space for Zeta to work with. They could play it into the corner for a while if they wanted to, but they look like they want to score again.
Score a goal, you can't fault a team for doing that, but at this point, I'd be like, let's
kick it around.
Let's practice this for when we're 1-0 up, and it's the 90th minute. Here we go, and there's going to be one final cross.
Shinya is smart. He's playing it back.
Oh, yeah.
Wait for that final whistle here.
Good call. Now LA Force really is chasing, and if they're not, they need to. There's a few dying seconds left.
Yeah, we might have 90 seconds left here in this one.
Can't fault LA Force for, they've put every bit of effort into it. They've worked their socks off, and there you go. This could be it.
Daniel Brigada.
Certainly something there. Come on, take the shot, and there's the foul, and there's the goal. No!
That ball went in.
That ball went in. There it is.
In the dying embers of stoppage time, Chile.
It's 2-2
Jose Salvador.
And he is celebrating like he's won everything. And look at...
Brigada did all the hard work getting through the defenders, and the defenders, poor defense there. And Chile just picks his head up and finds it.
It did go.
Off the crossbar, over the line.
Every millimeter of that ball was over the line, and it's 2-2. This is something, again, this is the best opening day match I've seen in any league in a long time.
An equalizer in 92 minutes, 90 plus 2, 90 plus 3. From the man with the longest name, Jose Salvador Montes de Oca Gonzalez, better known as Chile. And it's 2-2.
It's not over. And we talked about how they would rue not getting those chances. Well, this could be it. And that's the lesson plan. But Shinya now has the ball. They know they got 10, 15 seconds.
Zeta up 2-0 in this game on goals from 2 defenders, no less. Right? You have to make that count if you're Zeta. Up a man for 80-plus minutes.
Zeta starting
70-plus minutes.
Zeta starting with 3 forwards up front who didn't score a goal, counted on their defenders. Then a player comes in, works every bit of magic he can, and it's 2-2. It's 2-2. Referee's not even looking at his watch.
He's enjoying it just as much as we are. How much is left in this one? A delightful opening day for NISA in 2024. What a match.
It's got everything. It really has. I'm not going to even say like, oh, maybe there's going to be a penalty kick that's going to, like, at the dying seconds, but no, this is it.
Well, I didn't want to say it early in the game. Last season, LA Force, unbeaten at home. They were 9-3-0 at home at Championship Stadium last year. And in the season before, they didn't win a game at home. And so it looks like this one they're going to start with a draw, perhaps, maybe.
In their new home.
Here comes Zeta.
Is it even Steven? Okay, Zeta now, again, just don't have enough juice in the tank. Alvaro gets the ball to anyone, and it's Jinya. He's going to have to pull the trigger. There it is. No, just can't do it. There's the shot. Wants his.
Tormund to smother, and it was Stratton again.
Stratton, he wanted a brace, and Shinya should have taken that shot. It shouldn't have gotten to Stratton's feet. If you're a Zeta fan, you're going to be frustrated a lot. If you're a LA Force fan, you should be over the moon at this draw, shouldn't you?
Shinya tried to play it onto his left foot and create that yard of space for himself.
And the referee hasn't looked at his watch yet.
Not interested in what time it is.
I think he lives down the street. He can just go home, and there it is. There it is.
What a match.
Wow. I can't remember when I had more fun doing just doing play-by-play and having a great time talking to Dennis Pope, but this has been an amazing match, fun for the neutral. Let me go ahead and just say, NISA at full time, LA Force 2, Zeta FC 2, opening match on the west side of NISA, and there's going to be more to come, folks. Stay tuned. Keep following NISA. It's going to be a fantastic season, and we'll see you next time. And Dennis, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
I think we're going to look at the goals here
first
before we go.
Okay.
So we saw Stratton's goal. And here comes the misplace, and then Ortega.
Oh, my goodness.
With a spicy one there.
Yeah.
What a goal.
Yeah.
The golazo of the season, perhaps, in night number 1.
Well.
And then Daniel Bragada breaks through the defense, right? Slices him apart. Thought he might have been fouled, but Chile's there to clean up the mess.
Just an honest poacher of a goal scorer, right?
He is a poacher, absolutely, 100%.
I'm in the area. I'm going to take a shot. Like, it's just automatic. It's amazing. I'm so happy to have been here. This has been an amazing match. I can't say it. I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'll say it again. Thank you, Goal Media. Thank you, everyone out there on the worldwide spiderweb for tuning in. Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama of soccer here. Dennis, the Fountain Pope, always a pleasure. And again, we'll leave Long Beach, California with LA Force 2, Zeta FC 2.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Versus Arizona Monsoon. Good night, everybody.
Good night.